Welcome to Real Life and Real Estate. I'm Nikki Robbs. I'm a local real estate agent serving Tacoma, Puyallup, and beyond. So if you're looking for your classic Pacific Northwest home or your next steps or your next investment, give me a call. I'm right here. I'm local. I love to serve local. Today our topic is going to be why fall is the very best time. Okay, maybe not the very best, but a very, very good time to buy a home. In particular, when this episode launches in 2024, there's going to be some specific things I share about the fall of 2024. So if you're listening to this in 2025 or beyond, some of these things may not be exactly as applicable as they are right now, but most of it is still true. Fall is always a season in real estate that is unique to many buyers and sellers, and you're going to have a completely different experience than when you are buying or selling in the spring. So for buyers, tune in right now because fall is probably the best opportunity or close to the very best opportunity to buy a home. And here's why. For one thing, in fall, we often see less demand. So when a person is selling their home in the fall, we don't have the hottest market as the seasons change. Obviously, December and January are the absolute slowest months of the year, but it definitely is a taper. It's a taper after June, actually. And so if you see certain prices that are occurring in August, that's going to change again around October. So you're looking at lower prices, a slower market. So keep that in mind. If you're selling a house and you're thinking, oh my gosh, it is just the right time to sell, I don't have time to wait until spring, I need to sell now, know that yes, it is going to be a lower price than what you could have sold for in the spring, but there's some advantages for you too. But we'll stay stuck on buyers. Buyers, there is statistically less competition in the fall. That's because more than 50% of all home buyers have children that are school age. And all those children that are school age need to be in certain schools, in certain locations, in certain districts at a certain time. Most families choose to buy between the two school years. And so most families choose to buy in April or May so that they are in their new home for the summer and their kids can start making friends before the new school year. So by buying in October, there's much less competition because there's a lot fewer families with kids that are school age who are willing to buy right then. Most of the competition is going to be people who aren't tied to a school schedule, people who aren't tied to any academic schedule at all. So it can be people that don't have kids, people that have fur babies, because that doesn't matter, or maybe full-time homeschoolers, and people that just maybe travel for work, or they have a completely different lifestyle that isn't tied to a school calendar. The next point is that you have more negotiation power in the fall because it is a slower market. Statistically speaking, then with a slower market becomes sellers who have different motivations. The people who sell in the fall aren't as concerned about top dollar. They're more concerned about how long is it going to take. And so as a buyer, this puts you a little bit more in the driver's seat than usual. And so in this time, we can ask for more things like a seller concession that can lead to that can be used for your rate buy down, or a seller concession that can be used for your closing costs, or maybe some repairs or other things. So as you tour homes in the fall, don't be thinking, how much is this going to cost me? Be thinking, how much can I ask for? And what's the right things? What's the priority of things to ask for? Because every buyer is going to approach that home differently. You could be looking at the same home and one person says, oh my gosh, I can't stand the carpet. And someone else says, I can totally handle the carpet, but I need my closing costs instead. So look for more negotiation power when buying in the fall. We're going to see a little bit more days on market. And I hesitate to even say this one because our summer was actually a very slow summer. That was not the statistically hot summer that we have been seeing since 2018 and 2019. It was so slow that we had many homes be on the market for more than 45 days. And if you've been around the Puget Sound region for the last couple of years, that didn't happen outside of summer. Well, that only happened outside of summer. And so to have summer homes that took longer to sell, that was unique for us. And it's the new normal because everything has shifted yet again. That's the nature of real estate, is that every season and every year and every interest rate scenario is a little bit different. So more time on market. The fall homes, the sellers are mostly concerned about how long will this take. Well, the good news for buyers is that you can play that to your advantage. How long will this take? You can have your loan pre-underwritten. You can talk to your lender ahead of time so that you can offer, hey, I can close quickly. That will make your offer stand out. It's always a benefit when it comes to negotiating offers. Is this going to be a 30-day close, a 28-day close, a 21-day close? So do talk to your lender about where you stand and can you have your loan pre-underwritten. Now, some people may say that you get better attention from the professionals by buying in the fall because we're not so busy. I personally don't agree. I think I give the exact same amount of attention to every client, regardless of whether it's winter, spring, summer, or fall. I am not less busy in the fall. So I am just speaking for me and the way my business has fluctuated. One year I had all the business in the fall. One year I had a very busy month of October. So for me personally, this isn't true, but some people might say that. They might think that. Just wanted to put that out there. If you've had a lender that was not very responsive over the summer, then maybe it's time to reach out to that lender again and say, hey, in the priority of things, where do I stand? And it also might be time to interview some other lenders who will make you feel like you're the priority and you're the number one client. The thing that does make a difference, though, is that in the fall, getting an accurate appraisal, you're always going to get an accurate appraisal, but getting an accurate assessment. When I am doing a comparative market analysis, a CMA, and I'm doing it in March, there's usually so few homes on the market that I only have a couple to compare to. And sometimes they're all exactly the same, which is great. They've all had new flooring. They've all had the utilities recently serviced or replaced, and that can make our pricing really exact. That's wonderful. That's not always the case, though. Sometimes in the spring, I'm looking at one home with new flooring, one home with a new roof, but no new flooring. And we're trying to navigate, where does this house land? So as buyers in the spring, you might look at that price and say, whoa, it could go over or under. Well, in the fall, we've had all summer to gather that data. And specifically right now in the fall of 2024, we're looking at the most inventory we've had in several years. And so it's actually the most data I've had to do a CMA. I can get the most accurate pricing that I've been able to do in years because the market isn't moving so fast. And houses are on longer, which gives us more accurate pricing information because that shows us what people are actually willing to pay when they don't have to compete, they don't need to overpay. So that's the rundown of what it looks like to buy in the fall and why fall is statistically one of the best times to buy. Now for fall of 2024, we've been talking about interest rates are going to come down because it's an election year and they always come down in an election year. Well, guess what? They did. They have started. They have been started trickling down just a little bit, a quarter point at a time. Talk to your favorite lender about where your particular interest rate is with your credit score and with your dreams. Because let's be honest, if I say any number is 6.5 or 6.75 or 6.2, it actually doesn't matter because it depends on you. It depends on your situation, the price point you're looking for, and of course your credit score, your debt to income ratio. I would love to connect you with some really great lenders who will give you fantastic advice. They will look at everything that you want them to look at. They will have really creative lending if that's the direction you want to go. And of course, talk to me about down payment assistance because I can get first-time home buyers into your home for very, very little cash out of pocket. So fall 2024, there has literally not been a better time to buy a home in the last 18 months. This is the lowest the interest rates have been in 18 months. We have the most inventory that I've seen in almost 5 years. I haven't even been a real estate agent the whole time, but I have seen the fluctuation of inventory. We have so many homes available now that buyers, you can actually go see 4 or 5 homes and not feel like you have to pick this one, and then here's my second choice, here's my third choice if we don't get the first one. No, you're probably going to get the first one, so you can afford to be picky. You can afford to look at that house, spend time in the house and say, okay, I like this, and this meets all of my boxes. The only things I need to change are this, this, this. This puts you in the driver's seat more than it has been in a very long time. So if you're thinking of buying a home, fall is one of the best times to buy. And this fall of 2024, is probably the best time to buy that it's been for a long time. Don't worry about campaign promises. We all know that only half of those come true anyway, so don't worry about that. Don't wait for that. If interest rates come down again, you can refinance in a year or two. Always talk to a trusted loan professional because we want to save you the most amount of heartache, the most amount of headache, and the most amount of money. So thank you for listening today. I'm Nikki Robbs, serving the Tacoma and Puyallup area. You can find me at Nikki Robbs Homes. And this episode was edited and produced by Will Robbs Art. So thanks for listening. Let's go out there. Let's buy some homes.